Away first time, good start from Bolt. Bolt leading the moment and going away. Gay trying to go with him, and he's being dragged through to second place, but he's going to win it by 2 meters. 9.58. The world record score.
On the 16th of August 2009, Usain Bolt made history as he ran the 100-meter sprint. For a few moments between the 60 and the 80-meter mark, he reached 44.72 kilometers per hour and became the fastest man on the planet. However, this remarkable achievement can be easily undone by an unremarkable domestic cat. It's a fact that in the animal kingdom, humans are considered to be quite slow, and yet some people say that we are actually built for running. A paper written by Bramble and Lieberman in 2004 proposed an interesting theory, namely that the need to run long distances has played a major role in human evolution and has basically shaped us to look the way we do today. In regard to human evolution, science has ignored our running ability for a long time. Why? We're simply quite slow and unable to sustain our top speed for very long. During his record run, Usain Bolt was only able to maintain the top speed for a few moments, but a greyhound or an antelope can do so for several minutes. This ancient paper by Theodore Garland gives the maximum running speeds of many animals and humans. Homo sapiens here is still at 40 km per hour. Our old friend the horse can run at 70 km per hour. A llama, 56. A cheetah can go as fast as 110. Let's finish off with the antelope jackrabbit and his 72 km per hour. Compared to humans, all these animals are quite remarkable, and I suppose it's pretty clear at this point that speed is not a defining attribute of the human species. However, endurance running is a different story. The average speed for endurance running in trained humans ranges from 2.3 to 6.5 meters per second. Compared to our chimp relatives, we are simply amazing. Compared to dogs or even horses, we're actually quite good. If we look at this in some more detail, it turns out that the endurance running speed of a human is comparable or exceeds the trotting speeds of four-legged animals around the 65 kg mark. A more stark comparison between humans and larger animals such as ponies and horses shows that the human endurance running range exceeds by a large margin the trotting speed of ponies and even the preferred trotting speed of large animals such as horses. If we look at human endurance running and animal galloping speed over long distances, humans again outrun the smaller animals, and compared to horses, they still manage to keep up nicely. Why are we so good at long-distance running? According to Bramble and Lieberman, there are multiple adaptations that help humans with walking and running, as well as some that are specific to running only. Here, I'm going to look at some of them, and for the full list, I would advise you to read the paper in the link below. Energetics. Compared to our ape relatives, human legs are long and thin. This distribution of weight does not bring any particular advantage when walking, but significantly decreases the energy needs during a slow run. A redistribution of 3.5 kilos from the ankle to the hip would decrease the metabolic cost of running by about 15%. The long limbs also allow humans to take very long strides when compared to chimpanzees or four-legged animals. The stride length of an elite runner can exceed 3.5 meters, which is a meter longer than the stride of a four-legged animal of a similar size. Along with the long stride, humans also have a low stride rate, which favors the use of slow contracting and fatigue-resisting muscle fibers. Human legs also have long tendons, such as the Achilles tendon, that act like springs. They store energy during running and thus make the movement more economical. The tendons have little effect when walking, but are estimated to save about 50% of the energy required during a run. The tendons also facilitate the weight distribution that was previously mentioned, and thus make our legs less muscular and lighter. Another spring-like mechanism is the arch of the foot. During running, the bony structure of the arch with the elastic structures such as tendons and ligaments returns approximately 17% of the energy back. Skeletal strength. Running creates a lot of stress on the body, and more specifically on the lower back and joints. When the foot collides with the ground, it produces a shock wave that passes up the body, from the heel through the spine and to the head. To deal with this stress, modern humans, as opposed to our ancestors, have a larger surface area of the vertebrae in the lumbar region of the spine. Similarly, the joints of the hip, the knee, and the ankle are also larger. This enlargement, which is not matched in the joints of the upper body, contributes to dissipate the impact forces during running. Stabilization. Compared to our ape relatives, our buttocks muscles are quite large. These muscles are actively used when running at all speeds, and quite important in regard to the stability of the body throughout the movement. Compared to apes, we also have a large degree of isolated rotation of the trunk relative to the hips. Also, our wide shoulders are decoupled from the head and act to increase counterbalancing moments generated by arm swinging. Thermoregulation. In their paper, Bramble and Lieberman mentioned human features such as sweating, mouth breathing, and our narrow, elongated bodies is important for the unloading of excess heat. But a more recent study by Ruxton and Wilkinson revisited the topic and discovered that with our current physiology, modern man can only just maintain heat balance during a run in a hot day, but only if bodily fluids are enough to allow for sweating at a maximal rate. The study concludes that if our ancestors had only 20% less than our current capacity to lose heat through sweating, they would not have been able to run for long distances in a hot day. Why the need to run long distances? One hypothesis states that we needed to run for the purpose of persistence hunting. This is when a hunting party would run after their prey until the animal drops on the ground due to heat exhaustion. Another is that maybe we were no more than mere scavengers, and our intellect and running ability would have given us a distinct advantage over other animals. There has been a debate around the potential reasons. The fossil records don't provide enough information, and a comparison with more recent observations of actual living humans may be impractical to draw conclusions from. A more recent paper summarized the available information in the following sentence. The behavioral pattern that's selected for endurance running in the genus Homo remains unclear, but it seems likely that hunting and scavenging contributed minimally, if at all. There is, however, little debate regarding the adaptations that allow us to run. The takeaway from all this is quite clear. We are built for running, but not for speed. We are built for endurance. So, take it as it is and go out for a run. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.